Got approved.
He wasn't.
All right, calling the board meeting to order for October the 7th, starting with roll call, please. Ms. Amanda.
Ms. Abrams? Here. Mr. Anthony?
Here.
Ms. Dominguez?
Here.
Mr. Duncan?
Here.
Mr. Moore?
Here.
Mr. Piazza?
I'm here.
Ms. Richards?
Present.
Mr. Toller?
Here.
Mr. Westmoreland?
Present.
Ask you to please stand, and I would ask Ms. Chastity if she would lead us in the pledge, since she is the Marine veteran back there in the back.
In Spanish. I know.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, ma'am.
Can I do it in Spanish?
I didn't know you were.
She can. She's fluent. She
All right.
flips the switch, buddy.
Item C, consider approval of the board minutes from September the 16th. Do we hear a motion to accept those as motion to accept?
Second.
And motion made by Mr. Westmoreland, second by Ms. Abrams.
So when do we waive the?
After this, we will.
Okay.
Ms. Abrams?
Yes.
Mr. Anthony?
Yes.
Ms. Dominguez?
Yes.
Mr. Duncan?
Yes.
Mr. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Piazza?
Yes.
Ms. Richards?
Yes.
Mr. Toller?
Yes.
Mr. Westmoreland?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, I think there is a desire to put a motion on the floor to waive the rules, is that correct?
Yes.
To add tonight's capital outlay minutes item, do you know what the item number is, or you just want to do the whole minutes?
Just a whole minute.
The whole minutes? Okay, so I have a motion by Ms. Richards.
Second.
Add to the agenda, to waive the rules to add to the agenda tonight's capital outlay meeting, second by Mr. Piazza.
Like a vote on to allow the waiver of
Yes, this has to be a unanimous vote for us to put it on tonight's agenda. Just as a reminder, call for a vote. Whenever you get caught up. I know I said all that fast. Mr. Piazza, Joey Piazza, seconded.
My wife wanted.
Ms. Abrams?
Yes.
Mr. Anthony?
Yes.
Ms. Dominguez?
Yes.
Mr. Duncan?
Yes.
Mr. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Piazza?
Yes.
Ms. Richards?
Yes.
Mr. Toller?
Yes.
Mr. Westmoreland?
Yes.
Okay, so motion carries. So then we will enter into, on the agenda, I'll entertain a motion that we accept tonight's capital outlay minutes.
motion to accept.
Motion to accept by Mr.
Second.
Westmoreland, second by Mr. Anthony. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call for a vote.
Call for public input specifically.
Or
on
public input. Hearing none, we'll call for a vote.
Who seconded?
Mr. Anthony.
Mr. Anthony.
Ms. Abrams?
Yes.
Mr. Anthony?
Yep.
Ms. Dominguez?
Yes.
Mr. Duncan?
Yes.
Mr. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Piazza?
Yes.
Ms. Richards?
Yes.
Mr. Toller?
Yes.
Mr. Westmoreland?
Yes.
And I know it's already been said, but I know, Mr. Theron, one thing we really need to look at is with the drainage improvements that we've made at Kentwood, if there's any soft ground, obviously, you know, if they do this early and it's still football season, Independence taught us a lot whenever we made tracks on the field. So matting will definitely be necessary. Okay, moving back to the regular agenda, items D, consider approval of DRC minutes from September 30th. Do we hear a motion to accept those? So moved by Mr. Piazza,
Second.
second by Ms. Dominguez. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Hearing none, call for a vote.
Abrams?
Yes.
Mr. Anthony?
Yes.
Ms. Dominguez?
Yes.
Mr. Duncan?
Yes.
Mr. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Piazza?
Yes.
Ms. Richards?
Yes.
Mr. Toller?
Yes.
Mr. Westmoreland?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, thank you very much. Item 2A, academic report. Ms. Chassie's going to give us an update on the Dibbles update.
Good evening. I'm going to give you a brief update on two areas in academics. One is on our beginning of the year Dibbles update assessment and our learning community update. Miss Amanda, if you could click on the beginning of the year data for Dibbles. Just as a reminder, Dibbles is our K-3 screener for literacy for all of our students. It is required by the state. It is an indicator of students' readiness to be on grade level in reading. So we're required to give the Dibbles assessment to all K-3 students 3 times a year. The beginning of the year within the first 30 days, which is the data I'm going to review with you now. We're going to give the Dibbles again in December for the middle of the year testing, and then finally in April at the end of the year testing. The data that you see here is a comparison of where our students are after we tested them for the beginning of the year Dibbles in all K-3 grade levels. From the data, you can see that as a district, we were 3% higher in proficiency or grade level for reading readiness in 2025 as we were last year in 2024 at this same time. So as a district in K-3, we grew 3% in proficiency at the beginning of the year testing. And then our highest level is in 3rd grade. We grew 8%. So right now, currently, nearly half of our 3rd graders are on grade level at benchmark in reading. And in 1st and 2nd grade, we're pretty close to half of those students district-wide. So we're very, very pleased with that. I'm not surprised by kindergarten. Remember that not all kindergartners go to pre-K, so it makes sense that kindergarten proficiency, we're about a quarter of that, about 24%. So by the end of the year, we're expected to grow those students to grade level proficiency in reading readiness. The students that you see in red that are displayed in the well below, in the yellow and below benchmark, that means below grade level, we're required to provide interventions to those students. So all of those students in the percentage that are not on benchmark grade level readiness at their particular grade, they will receive an individual academic support plan that's catered to them. It will include, but is not limited to, the high dosage tutoring, teacher provided interventions. You probably heard the table when the teacher brings the students to their table in small group. That's a form of intervention that we do that's catered to specific needs of that small group of students. And we also have our computer-based programs. For K-2, we have a computer-based program called Boost. It's about learning literacy. It's focused on phonics. So K-2 students would do that while the teacher has a small group of students at her table. The remaining students would be working on phonics during that time on the computer program. For 3rd grade and up, we have a program called Lexia. And again, it's focused on literacy skills for those students. So in general, for literacy, that's where we are at the beginning of the year data. We are pleased because we had a growth, as you can see, from the beginning of the year last year. Miss Amanda, would you switch?
I was going to add
I'm
one
sorry.
thing, Ms. Loza, and that is our Once program, which focuses on kindergarten. And those are going to be some results that I really want to watch as we progress through the year, because that's another intervention.
Yes,
That's with a
ma'am.
real person
Yes, ma'am.
for
We're using.
every day.
Yes, ma'am. We're using our pairs that are currently at our schools, and they're providing one-on-one 10 to 15-minute individual interventions every day with those kindergartners. Because the idea of it is the earlier we catch them, the quicker we can get them, advance them to grade level, and we can prevent those gaps that start to develop. So it's one-on-one, it's in addition to what the teacher is doing. And as you can see from the data, our lowest area in proficiency is kindergarten. So we're putting our resources in the group of students that need us the most. We want to create students that are at grade level readiness for reading. They have to be literate by third grade, but readiness, Tpss gives us an indication if they're on track to be literate by third grade. So then they're not learning to read, they're reading to learn. They're reading the Bayou Bridges text in third grade social studies for content, not learning how to read. They've already achieved that. Thank you, Ms. Stilley, for adding that. And I will come back with an academic update on, we have some data, some beginning data on our instructors, our paras that are providing that instruction. Currently, I can just tell you off the top of my head, because I just went over that data today, out of the 64 instructors, 42 of them have a rating of 1.8 or higher. And 1.8 is the rating of proficiency of providing that instruction. So already within the first 8 weeks of school, over half of our paras who are providing that one-on-one instruction to students, those paras are at proficiency. And we're hoping that many of them will love being an instructor and supporting students, and will potentially go into the REACH program that we have, that we offer in the district, and become teachers and further support students in another way. If we could go to the learning community structure. We've had learning communities for several years, as you know, and the purpose of the learning community is to provide direct support to the schools, to the leaders and the teachers in the schools that are educating our students. And whether it's support they need with PBIS or with truancy or with the core curriculum or the interventions, the people that serve on these 4 learning communities, it's their job to provide that direct support to those schools. So there are 4 academic supervisors, and each supervisor is assigned a group of schools, and you see here is displayed on the screen, there are individuals at the district level in multiple areas that provide specialized support to those schools. So for instance, every learning community has a technology facilitator. So if they're having issues with the computer-based program Zern for math, then that principal knows they can call that technology facilitator and get immediate help and support. They're not waiting. They don't have to go to the academic supervisor for that. They know the person to go to. If they need support with an IEP, they have 2 people in their team, a program facilitator and an IEP facilitator that provides, they have expertise in that area, and they provide direct support in coaching the teachers and the leaders in the school to enact the policies. So this support, when they provide the support, we're not talking about just every phone call they make or every email or every Zoom they do with the school. If they can't resolve support or an issue that a school is having, they go directly to the school. We don't make the school come to us. Our team goes into the school, and when they go into the school, they complete a form. We want to document the support that they're providing to the school, and they complete what we call a Google form. And I have some data here for you, just a little snippet of what the learning community does. Miss Amanda, if you could click on the next one, it's the LC support log. So I have a series of slides just to give you an idea of what the individuals from the district are doing when they support the schools. So the first one you see is just a graph of the 65 school visits that have been reported in this chunk of data. You can see who they're supporting. They went in to support which learning community. In a second, we'll see what they're doing when they went into those schools. So I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at my team is going in to support the schools, and all of the schools are being supported pretty close to equal. They're not going to be an exact match. One learning community may have a special need at this particular time, which would require more support. But overall, it would give me a red flag if I see one learning community with only 5% support and the other ones are much higher. So I would ask myself, we would do some more data digging. Why is that school learning community not receiving support? What else can we do? The next slide, Miss Amanda, please. On this slide, you can see we have three big areas. So when a learning community member goes into a school, what are they doing? So there's three big buckets. The first one is the pit stop. I'm just going to drop some materials off, or I'm doing a quick walkthrough. I'm in and out. The tune-up is what we call moderate support. I may be going to attend a PLC meeting, an ILT meeting, a SAT meeting. I may be going to provide some support around some discipline data. They need help disaggregating it, something like that. And what we call the overhaul is when I'm doing active coaching and support. So it might be that I'm leading, or the learning community member is leading and facilitating a PLC, or maybe the math curriculum facilitator is planning with a teacher, sitting side by side and disaggregating the data, planning for that Eureka Math Squared lesson that's coming up, showing the teacher how to plan for individual differences. Like, I'm doing it with them. I'm coaching them. I'm not just sitting at the table watching the meeting. I'm delivering, I'm supporting. So those are our three big buckets. And according to this particular set of data, over half of the support was given in the middle column, like the moderate, like doing learning walks where we go in to look at instruction. It could be a data review that we're doing with some type of data. So this tells me, like, in a big picture, what they're doing. The next slide, Miss Amanda. This one asks me, if you're going to the school, you're physically going there, are you supporting one of the three big rocks, attendance, culture, or core interventions? And you're looking, you're saying, well, why would a learning community member go to a school? Why would they pick no? I'll give you an example. So perhaps I'm a brand new teacher, a special education teacher that was hired in October. So I missed the district PD day in August. I am brand new. I am very, I don't know where the restroom is, I don't know where anything is, but I'm having to write IEPs. And part of my responsibility and my duty is I have to enter these IEPs into a system we call SIR. It's required by the state to document the IEPs. So I would mark no there because I'm going to go and help this teacher and demonstrate, sit side by side with her and show her how to do it. But I'm not exactly directly supporting attendance, culture, or core and interventions. But it doesn't mean that my work is not important. It's just not directly related to that. So these questions just help us disaggregate so we can see if our support is effective, if we're giving support in the right area. The next slide. So the next question is, what rock are you supporting? If you answered yes to the question prior, so according to this data of these 59 school visits, 88% of them were around core and interventions. And being the academic team, that's very important because that's where we do want to spend the majority of our time in the actual curriculum and supporting teachers and leaders to deliver high-quality instruction to students. Next slide. The next one, the last three slides are just to give you a little more specific idea. When we say they're going to support attendance, what might they be doing? So some of the things that they could do, maybe their progress monitoring, maybe the top 20 students in the school that are constantly absent. So they're going there to do a check-in with the school, what interventions have been done with that student. In this particular example, the one visit that was made, it was about truancy. But we would see that maybe I've already supported the school and I'm doing a follow-up to a prior visit. That could be a reason why how I'm supporting attendance. So the next slide is about culture. What would the learning community members that are going to support this big rock, what would they be doing? They might be, in this case, we see of the 6 or the 8 visits that we had related to culture, some were supporting our Character Strong curriculum. Another was in discipline and behavior, PBIS support. So now that we've identified the students that are high flyers for discipline, what are we doing to support them to change that behavior? That would be something that the person in the learning community team would do to provide support. And the last slide is about core and interventions. So when I look at this chart, I see that the majority of the visits here were to support core curriculum. And that is what we want to see, that is a good sign. Core curriculum, and the second highest in percentage was planning. So one of those district curriculum support persons are going into the school and co-planning with the teacher, or maybe modeling for a teacher, demonstrating a particular strategy so the teacher can see it being done. As an example, Ms. Trape just last week went and modeled for a group of teachers a social studies lesson to a class period. She then waited, and the teachers took turns teaching the next class period, and she observed them and provided. So she modeled for them, and then the next hour or two, she stayed and observed them doing the same lesson to a different class and provided them feedback. So that's what we call the overhaul, or the active coaching, where she's actively supporting the school. So this is just a little snippet of what the learning communities do. Their whole function is to help the school leaders and the teachers educate children. And we have a purpose. They develop a 3 weeks plan. The supervisor has a monthly meeting with them, and they bring the data about that learning community, and they develop a plan for the next 3 weeks of how are we going to support the schools and our learning community. Then they go out and do the work, and we're taking the data, and we're constantly refining this process. So as we look and we see, wow, we could have been a little more explicit in our data collection, then we adjust it a bit. But it's all about the quality of the support we're providing, because in the end, it's all about student outcomes and what we're doing to promote mastery and proficiency. How are we helping the schools do that? Does anyone have any questions or need me to clarify anything?
Quick question. Dibbles, is that coming down from the state? Is that something they're asking us to monitor?
Yes, sir.
And what is our goal there?
Well, our goal certainly is we want all students to be at grade level proficiency in reading. And we, as you know, we have high stakes in third grade, because if they do not score above, well below in third grade on Dibbles, then they are retained unless they qualify for one of those special exemptions. So it's really, really important, the work we do in K1 and 2, and really emphasizing and working with our interventions and the core instruction in those areas so that we can help students to be on grade level. This past year, we had 82 students in third grade that were retained because they were at well below. They didn't pass the Dibbles test. So literacy is so important because we know it impacts everything else they do, their ability to read, whether it's career or college. So we are, as Ms. Stilley mentioned, we're doing that high dosage tutoring in kindergarten to catch them in the very, very beginning, early on, instead of always trying to run behind and fill the gaps after.
Okay, so
Great question.
just a follow-up on that. Is that kind of eventually going to take the place of LEAP, or are we still going to be doing LEAP testing as well?
Yeah, we will always do LEAP testing. So Dibbles is required for K3, and LEAP starts in third grade. So our third graders are tested both in LEAP and in Dibbles. But everyone else, third grade up is just LEAP, K to 3 is Dibbles, third grade is Dibbles and LEAP. Great question.
And just to clarify, the beginning of the year is the starting point for them, like in the August, September score. Then we check it mid-year, like around December, January, and then we have an end of the year. So we have like 3 big checkpoints for our Dibbles.
Gotcha.
Beginning, middle, and end. So we'll come back in December, January, and give you the mid-year, how kids are progressing.
Okay, any other
Thank you.
questions? All right, thank you, Ms. Chastain.
Yes, thank you.
All right, Haley, want to recognize our business department, which is a good-looking group sitting out there.
It's the fun group.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask our Director of Business Services, Ms. Deborah Anderson, to come say a few words.
I had to write some of this down because I do forget a lot of times. Comes with age. I've met and worked with many of you previously, but I want to formally introduce myself. I'm Deborah Anderson, the Director of Business Services. As many of you know, prior to this position, I was employed on the academic side of our district. Even though I have an extensive background in accounting and management from private industry, I never really thought about the finance side of teaching until I was hired in this position. I've come to appreciate the amount of work it takes to keep the lights on at 36 academic and 4 remote locations, not counting this central office. The payroll segment of our business services processes processes 3,108 full-time employees. Payroll, along with 200 plus substitutes and temporaries employees twice a month. They also handle all travel reimbursements and any supplemental and/or stipends that are paid for the employees, like the one that is being paid on this Friday. The purchasing and accounts payable segment processes over $20 million worth of AP checks on a monthly basis to ensure that the lights stay on and that our schools have what they need to educate our students. Along with purchasing and AP, the risk management segment has processed 363 claims for our employees and students for injuries that have occurred on and off our campuses since September 20 of 24. Our commitment to taking care of our employees goes beyond the classroom to ensure that they feel safe in their work environment. The funding that we receive, whether through local, state, and/or federal funding, is imperative to our district. This past year, TPSS received over $29 million in funding grants other than sales tax local funds. Business Services has staff accountants that process the expenses for these grants and request monthly reimbursements so that we can receive this money on a timely basis. This funding is crucial in such programs such as the Magnet Program, CTE programs, and our preschool early start programs. They also fund our special education programs and provide funding for all of our schools in the form of supplies through Title I. What I have mentioned here is only the tip of the iceberg of what is funneled through our department when it comes to funding, such as child nutrition, transportation, maintenance, capital projects, also high-dosage tutoring, and the things that Ms. Lauza just spoke of. A crucial part of our department is the school finance segment. We have over 20-plus school financial account clerks that work on a daily basis at our schools, ensuring that their financial transactions are recorded efficiently and accurately for the principals. Principals rely on these ladies to give guidance and assistance with financial matters at a school level. They work with our coaches, sponsors, teachers when it comes to athletic games, field trips, and fundraisers. The central office school financial staff bridges the communication between the school financial clerks, principals, and the central office accounting staff. This segment works diligently to provide the principals with assistance in purchasing reimbursements and working with annual budgets. As you can see, there are many moving parts to keeping our district's lights on. People getting paid, facilities being repaired, lunches prepared, student supplies flowing. But how does our community stakeholders, including yourselves, see where and how the money is being spent and allocated? Every year during this time, my staff works not only on their daily responsibilities, but also towards putting together our previous year's audit information. The information is gathered from every segment that I've mentioned: payroll, risk management, school finance, purchasing, AP, grants, and finally our budgeting and reporting segment. These numbers are compiled and verified by a third-party accounting firm. This is where the Tangipahoa Parish School System's annual comprehensive financial report comes from. This massive book right here. This report is not only submitted to the legislative auditors, the Louisiana Legislative Auditor, but is posted on our website for all the community and stakeholders to view. We take great pride in our audit book, and this department has reason to be proud. Over 35 years, TPSS has been given 2 awards for their audit book. The GFOA and ASBO have awarded our school system their highest awards. The Association of School Business Officials International, which is ASBO, is a global network providing resources and professional development for those managing school business. Their goal is to promote high standards for school business management, professional growth, and the effective use of educational resources. For more than 50 years, ASBO International has recommended that school districts should go beyond the minimum in financial reporting. For 35 years, TPSS has received the Certificate of Excellence in Financial Reporting from ASBO. The Government Finance Officers Association, GFOA, is a nonprofit organization founded in 1906 that promotes excellence in government financial management for public benefit. The GFOA serves public finance officials across the United States and Canada, offering them resources, education, and networking opportunities to improve planning, financing, and implementation of government operations. The organization is a leading resource for best practices in government accounting, budgeting, auditing, and debt management. For 36 years, TPSS has received the Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting. Just for comparison, so you can get an idea of how our district has grown over the past 35-plus years while still winning this award. In 1988, when this award was first won by Tangipahoa Parish School System, the total general fund revenue was a little over $36 million. And in last year's audit, our general fund revenue was almost $183 million. Total general fund expenditures was a little over $35 million in 1988, and in 2024 audit, the general fund expenditures was almost $201 million, with an ending fund balance of $27,965,174. For both of these awards, the Business Services Department has to present an audit book that meets the high standards of both of these organizations. This could not be done without everyone doing their part. It gives me great pleasure to work with all of these individuals, each of them taking pride in the work that they do for our district and hold themselves accountable to high standards. I would like to introduce you to the team that I get to work with on a daily basis and the people that process every financial transaction that flows through our district. And they're going to be very unhappy about standing up because they're accountants. So, Bridget, please stand up. Bridget is our coordinator. Bridget Munch is our coordinator of budgeting and accounting, and Bridget has been with TPSS for almost 20 years in the accounting department. Chelsea, Chelsea Signorelli has been with TPSS for 11 years. She was mentioned in last month's meeting because of the money that she saved TPSS by digging into our coding. If y'all understand, that's her. That's the face to the money. She is a staff accountant for us, but she works between business services, human resources, and IT. She kind of works in between. Jay Coxon.
It's not both.
That's not Bo. All of them are like, who's Bo? It's his brother. Jay is our coordinator of purchasing and AP. Jay, how long have you been with TPSS? 9 years. And Jay has worked with purchasing. He oversees our purchasing, AP, bids, and has been a huge resource for me also. Dane, please stand up. Dane Carson, first time, how long did you work for?
30 years, 41 years.
Yes. So Dane loved us so much he came back. Dane works, he works with our magnet program. He also helps oversee our child nutrition program and also our bids. And I think that's where y'all have seen Dane. He has come up and presented bids for you. And this is Michelle Pools. Michelle, how long have you been with TPSS? 14 years. Michelle is our school financial segment manager. She oversees all of our financial account clerks that work in our schools. She worked as a financial account clerk and at our school level, and then moved here to central office and has really been a huge part of getting that going. This is Angelia Gordon. She works in our risk management department. I will tell you, business services is losing Jelly. She is moving on, but she is staying in Tangipahoa Parish. How long have you been with Tangipahoa Parish? 4 years. She is going to work with Ms. Deshay in the magnet program. Still not happy about it. We are happy that she's staying. So, with this being said, I will tell you, this is not my whole staff. I don't know how the other ones got out of it. They just suckered all of y'all into it. I sent out an email, and obviously they don't listen to me, as you can see. With this being said, it also gives me great pleasure to inform you, Superintendent Stilley, and the board that Tangipahoa Parish School System has been awarded both the ASBO and GFO Certificates of Excellence Awards for audit year 23-24. On this. And we do have the award, and we would love to take a picture with you if that would be okay.
Yes.
Okay? You too.
Only if I'm tagged.
And our esteemed leader, Jeff.
It shows up here. So it won't, it only goes by, it's an algorithm, so like it'll show up here. Like I said, if she clicks on the things that it's gonna show all of the stuff that you do.
Great picture.
All right, speaking of bean counters, we'll get into sales tax summaries. Fun with numbers.
Fun with numbers.
Mr. McNeely,
All right.
give us some good news.
So our EFID tax was up 3% this last month. So we were at 11, 9, and 3. So for the year, we're at a little less than 8%, which is wonderful. I told y'all a couple of years ago, if we could get to where it was 4%, hold what we had and get back to 4%, and we're running double that right now. So that is great news. And no, Mr. Trent, that doesn't give us extra money for an additional stipend, but it does mean that we can keep the current stipend.
It's a higher percentage. I don't understand why that doesn't mean a higher, reward for, I mean, they should get $1,050, my math is correct, or $1,040.
Maybe we can find a little
Anyway,
more
that's
money
just
in
me.
the pot, huh?
All right, so looking good on that. Our regular sales tax, the 2 cent, I just moved on. 2 cent sales tax. It was only up slightly for this past month, but if you notice, it's still running about the same total dollars as August. So once again, pleased with 5.5% growth and hope that we continue to see that. So please ask people to shop at home. As was mentioned, the state-approved stipend will be in Fridays. They'll receive a Friday payment in addition to the normal check. I kind of bumbled that. They're going to get 2 payments. You'll get your stipend payment, and then you also get your normal payment. And Ms. Silly's direction on that is shop at home. Take that money, shop at home. And then next month, we will be processing the $500 stipend, same way, in the first paycheck of November. Okay?
That second column's supposed to be 25, 26.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't say that?
Sure,
It said, as I'm looking at it, it looks like 25, 26 to me.
Oh, okay.
No. I'll get that fixed, thank you, yes.
Just numbers. Any other questions or corrections? All right, thank you, Jeff.
Just glad you're looking at it, that's awesome.
All right, let's get into some gap insurance. Consider approval of supplemental gap insurance.
Mr. Henry Powell, you let in Austin? Yeah, hanging you out, buddy.
Good evening, everybody. All right, tonight we have the renewal of the 2026 supplemental GAP plan for the employees. So just a quick refresher, this is a supplemental policy that tags on to the Pelican HRA health plan, basically provides GAP coverage, helps pay for out-of-pocket expenses that the employees might have throughout the year related to their health care. Really the only change on this, the current carrier, AmFirst, was going to have a rate increase, so we shopped it out with 4 or 5 companies, and Globe Life Insurance came back as the most competitive, with closest to the current rates. Really the only change was on a single person. It was about a $4 a month difference on that. Everything else was anywhere from a 9-cent difference to a 85-cent difference. But the coverage will remain the same. They'll just get a new card, continue using it the same way on that.
All right, we're in the form of a motion to approve the recommendation.
Move.
Mr. Piazza made the a motion to approve the recommendation, seconded by Ms. Dominguez.
So do they have to re-sign up, or it just rolls over?
Pretty much
If they
automatic.
don't want it, then they have to let you know they don't want it anymore?
They just pick a different health plan.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Any other questions?
And the district's still covering the cost.
Yes.
And I'm gonna say that's a wonderful thing, that plan. I have it personally, use it all the time. I got kids, I know my wife uses it. Well, I mean, when I say all the time, but it's a great, I think it's a great investment for our faculty, and it's a good thing to bring employment in too, when
Good
you have
benefit.
that.
It is a good benefit. Thank you.
Very great benefit.
All right, call for a vote, Ms. Minna.
Abrams?
Yes.
Mr. Anthony?
Yes.
Ms. Dominguez?
Yes.
Mr. Duncan?
Yes.
Mr. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Piazza?
Yes.
Ms. Richards?
Yes.
Mr. Toller?
Yes.
Mr. Westmoreland?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Item 6, I'll turn it over to you, Ms. Superintendent.
So item 6A, I'd ask the board to consider approval of substantial completion of pier and re-roof.
Finally. Yes,
Okay,
yes.
motion made by Ms. Dominguez.
Second.
Second by Mr. Piazza.
Hallelujah.
excited about a roof.
Any questions,
Man.
concerns, additions, public input? Hearing none, we'll call for a vote.
Ms. Abrams?
Put a bow on it.
Mr. Anthony?
Yes.
Ms. Dominguez?
Yes.
Mr. Duncan?
Yes.
Mr. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Piazza?
Absolutely yes.
Ms. Richards?
Yes.
Mr. Toller?
Yes.
Mr. Westmoreland?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Item 6B is we'd ask the board to consider approval of substantial completion for Amite West Side Gym HVAC.
Motion made by Mr. Westmoreland.
Second.
Second by Ms. Richards. Any questions, concerns, or public input? Hearing none, we'll call for a vote.
Ms. Abrams?
Yes.
Mr. Anthony?
Yes.
Ms. Dominguez?
Yes.
Mr. Duncan?
Yes.
Mr. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Piazza?
Yes.
Ms. Richards?
Yes.
Mr. Toller?
Yes.
Mr. Westmoreland?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Item 6C, I would like to ask consideration to approve, to refer policy JBDR, that's absences and excuses regulations, to the policy committee. And that particular policy, we have a couple revisions we'd like to bring to you all, one being to increase from 3 parent notes a semester to 5 parent notes a semester for student illness.
Okay, motion to refer by Mr. Westmoreland, seconded by
Second.
Mr. Anthony. Any questions, concerns, or public input? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote.
Ms. Abrams?
Yes.
Mr. Anthony?
Yes.
Ms. Dominguez?
Yes.
Mr. Duncan?
Yes.
Mr. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Piazza?
Yes.
Ms. Richards?
Yes.
Mr. Toller,
Yes.
Mr. Westmoreland,
Yes.
motion carries.
Thank you. Item 6D, general updates. I just have some numbers I wanted to share with you. On our first rock, which is attendance, the attendance rate for the first 9 weeks so far is running 94% attendance. We set a goal for the district as for 95 this year, so we're working to get that 95% by the end of the year. But just to give you a range of what it's been for the last 4 years, its attendance rate has ranged anywhere from 90 to 92 each year. So we're definitely trending up. The truancy rate is yet to date 8% as of now. And over the course of the last 4 years, it's ranged from 49% to 55% truant. And truancy means you get on that truancy list if you have 5 absences and no excuses. So hats off when Ms. Loza was talking about the learning communities. We have 1 attendance person on every learning community, so it's 4 of them. And what they do with the learning community is they go to the school, they work with their attendance person on making sure that we're getting those notes in, helping them document, basically sitting beside them and helping them with those things. So hats off to them on that. And then the chronic absences is the state looks at that as whether it's excused or unexcused, doesn't matter. They call it a chronic absent. And we've been trending from 31% to 47% over the course of the last 4 years. And yet to date, as of now, we're at 0.22, so we're not even at a 1% yet. So that's huge improvement on our attendance stuff. And, you know, this is, I think, an important thing because, to me, it's setting the foundation for future employees. I mean, isn't that what every employer wants? It's just their people to show up. Right? And I think by focusing on attendance, it sets the stage for, look, being there is important. And so I think it's really going to help us build a good, strong workforce in the future by setting this strong foundation with our kids. So thank you for your efforts to support that. That's it.
All right. Thank you. Personal privileges, starting down with Ms. Dominguez.
Okay, well, I would just like to say I just celebrated 4 days of events for my class reunion, 50 years, which is impossible to believe. But shout out to Punch Hill High School for treating us like royalty when we came back. So they gave us preferred parking, reserved spots. They gave us reserved benches on the front rows, set up a tent and table, provided our water for us, and of course we provided the rest. And we had a great time. They even made these little special, like little fancy tickets for us to have as a souvenir. So shout out to Punch Hill High School for doing that for us. We appreciate it. And of course we won, no offense, Robin, for independence, but we won the game, which really made it a plus. So just wanted to shout out to them for doing that for us. And we really had a great time celebrating our good old Punch Hill High.
Mr. Piazza.
Was that the first one of the year?
Don't start. Just 2 things. One, tell my wife happy anniversary. We got an anniversary coming up, 10 years. That's a big one. So want to get that shout out. But the main thing is we lost a very important member of our family for Tangipahoa Parish, Miss Vial. Miss Jenna Vial passed away recently. And I'd like to condolence to her family and friends. She was a big champion in the school system. Very big hole to fill. And she was battling cancer for a long time. They always had an upbeat attitude, very religious. You know, God had her. He's got her now. And I want to tell her family, you know, condolences. We're going to miss her. She was a big champion for students and staff.
All right, Ms. Richard.
I'd just like to give my condolences to the Putman and Wickerson family. Miss Elmira Wickerson, she was one of ours, and she was funeralized on Saturday, so we offer our condolences to the family. Also, I'd like to say too, that Kentwood High School on this Friday will be having their homecoming. And their theme is Welcome Home, and we're all excited. This week has been a good week. Everybody's been posting, even O.W. Dillon, they had their spirits, and so everybody's all excited up in Kentwood. So we're just praying for a safe and fun gathering for our homecoming.
I want to extend my condolences to the VL family as well. This 2 weekends ago, I had the very special Miss Louisiana pageant, and I would like to say that I had 3 or 4 students from Tangipahoa Parish that actually won, but the main ambassador this year for very special Miss Louisiana is Miss Juliana Prescott, which I know Mr. Tom is a big fan of. Juliana has Down syndrome, and she attends Chesbro Elementary. And she's going to be the ambassador for Very Special Miss Louisiana this year. Her mom is very excited for her. Also, I want to give a shout out to Tangipahoa Parish Fair. All of our school booths were amazing this year. The schools really showed up and showed out. I went to the parade as I walked alongside the Sicilian Festival float, and all of the schools were there. Shout out to Herman Lathers for winning the Battle of the Bands, and LaRonja Dance Team for winning the Best Dance Team. Couldn't leave them out. But it was just wonderful. If you've never been to the fair before, I was president for many years, worked alongside some wonderful people, but they're trying to bring it back and make it bigger and better. It's over at the arena now. The parish arena, and they did a great job with their fair this year, and they keep all of the students involved. So it's something, definitely the 4-H projects were just amazing this year. So shout out to them. And one last thing, October 31st, Independence High School will be dedicating the football field to Coach Baglio. Everybody knows Coach Bags. He was a legend in this community. If you're out and about and you want to attend and support his family at the dedication of the football field to Coach Bags.
Yes, just like to say congratulations to our Business Services Department. Each one of y'all do an excellent job with your leader, and we definitely appreciate all the numbers that y'all do, and definitely entitled to your certificate of excellences. And also I'd like to say the supplement that's being paid for by our system is a great deal. I'm also in that with Mr. Joey. And all employees ought to look into moving to that program with the supplement, and you won't have unpaid medical bills. So it really, really helps you. So look into that.
Anthony?
Thank you. Yeah, also congrats to the business department. You know, I bragged for a long time when anybody would ask, like, what are we doing right? You guys had it exactly right, nail on the head. I mean, a perfect audit, so I bragged on y'all a good bit. And, you know, you'll sometimes see people will say, oh, because they're lining their pockets. Well, you know that's absolutely impossible, and you guys proved that with a perfect audit, so thank y'all for that. Also, condolences to the VLs. I mean, my family goes way back with them. Miss VL, Miss Debbie VL was my 3rd grade teacher, so that hits really close to home, but what an exceptional person Miss Jenna was, and people are sharing their videos, and she was just an outstanding leader, and it's a terrible loss for our community. But I also want to thank the admin team for getting the K-9s going. And again, I think what's so important about having the K-9s on campus is, number one, it makes our campuses appear safer. I think it makes our campuses safer in addition to that. And I want to make it clear, I think everybody that sits up here, we don't want to catch anybody. We want to prevent things from happening. And that's what the goal for this was. And that's all I got. Thank y'all.
I want to just compliment the business department. Thank you for what you do. Most of the times it's behind the scenes and people don't know you're there, but we know you're there, and we appreciate your hard work. Very encouraged with the card system that Ponchatoula is looking at. I know we've already got that at the Career Center and a few other things, but really want to see us grow that. Keys are becoming obsolete, and through our schools, you know, these cards that we can use can really help us as far as tracking things, the accessibility of locking a school down instantly, and just just so many things that we can do with that. It's going to be a big investment across the board, but we really need to start looking at that at other campuses and start working into that. Last but not least, last meeting, I mentioned about the football program, about making some customer service improvements at our facilities for our ball games. Sumner's made a few, and I appreciate those. Last Friday, Sumner traveled to Franklinton, and I really got a dose of somebody doing it and what I consider to be right. And I was just blown away when on Friday or Thursday, we got a Facebook post that the school shared that Franklinton had sent out with directions. Hey, visitors, go here. Hey, be prepared to do this, be prepared to do that. It was just a real nice little Facebook post there that kind of put us in the right frame of mind before we got to the field. When we turned off the highway there in Franklinton, they had a big sign, visitors, this way. And I looked up there, and I was trying to get closer because I was like, I really don't want to be a visitor if they're going to put us back in the back 40. And had another sign up front that said, home, this way. So I followed the signs. We get out of the car, they had another sign, walk this way. I mean, it was real simple. And that's exactly what I was talking about last meeting was these were temporary signs that they put up, but it meant the world to a visiting team to pull into a campus that we're not familiar with. So I would love to see us continue to make more improvements especially at our high school fields, because that's where we draw the largest number of crowds and the public comes into our area, and for those visiting teams. And last but not least, I just will say that Sumner's undefeated. Very good game last week against Franklinton, went into overtime. And so this week we play Springfield, but very good team this year, and they're putting a lot of effort into it. And the band. Sumner has a band again, and that just livens up the entire atmosphere. Music is such a big important part of our education system. So anything that we can do to encourage, support, and push band and music.
I forgot to say something. Independence High School has been going to Oak Forest Academy and playing at their football games. They invite public schools to come in. Natalbany has been there with their drum line, but they paid for Independence High School to go to their away game this past Friday, because we played on Thursday, and paid for them to go, and it's giving a donation to Independence High School.
Absolutely.
So that's just showing off our talent.
Yeah, showing off our talent, but also it just incorporates music into our education system, and it's just a good thing. So with that, any other last-minute thoughts? Did I miss anybody? Ms. Dilly, last word? Okay, then I'll consider a motion to enter executive session to consider litigation.
Move to enter into executive session to consider the cases of Joyce Marie Moore, Monique Dunn versus Tangipahoa Parish School Board, Jason Tropan versus Tangipahoa Parish School Board, Jasmine Williams et al. Versus Tangipahoa Parish School System, David Phillips versus Tangipahoa Parish School System, and the claim of Chandria Kelly and Savonda Wells.
Okay, we have a motion. Do I hear a second? Second by Mr. Piazza. Any opposition? Hearing none, motion carries.
Channel 17, proudly serving the Florida parishes.
All right, thank you, sir. All right,
Mr.
call us
President.
back to order. Do I hear a motion?
Yeah, Mr. President, on the matter of Joyce Marie Moore, there's no action. On the matter of Monique Dunn, no action. Matter of Jason Tropan, no action. Matter of Jasmine Williams, no action. Matter of David Phillips, no action. On F, the claims of Chandria Kelly and Savonda Wells, will move to adopt the administration's recommendation.
Okay, do we hear a second? Second. Second by Mr. Westmoreland. Any discussion? Any opposition? Hearing no opposition, motion carries by common consent. Okay, any public input? Ms. Amanda, have you received any public input? Hearing none, I'll hear a motion for adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
So moved. Okay.